Hello and welcome back to the Pit Wall Podcast, where today we are predicting the Brazilian Grand Prix. Very hype about this race. Lewis Hamilton's second home, literally. He is a dual citizen honorary, and this is his last Lewis Hamilton track of his Mercedes career. Yeah, so we'll see if I think he wins, but I would love it if he did. Yeah. Also a sprint race weekend, which is big in the championship because there's so much going on right now. And let's just jump right into it here in just a second. I just want to mention the most wins of this track is actually McLaren, fun fact, which I did not know. Lewis once clinched a championship here. Actually, he clinched his first here. Nice. Prost won the most here in the drivers. It's been held 51 times. The first held in 1972, and it is 71 laps. So this is a really interesting track. It's like twisty. It's pretty cool, and the vibes are great. I'd like to go to this race at some point. Last year, Max won from pole, but Lando finished second. Fun fact. There was a big crash with Leclerc, and Alonso returned to the podium this time last year, which I believe was his last podium. It could be wrong. But last year Aston was good, then they fell off. So this is when he came back. So, anyway, Interlagos is a really fun track, and they get sprint races pretty often, which means usually, it's the side of maybe Lewis Hamilton's best career win, when he basically came back from nowhere to put himself straight back into championship contention going into the final two races of the 2021 season. And I nearly cried when he did it. I'm not going to lie. So, I don't cry in like my real life, but when sports come, it's like, man.
Turns into a baby.
Yeah. All right. So anyway, sprint race, who's going to be on pole? Go.
Pole is going to be Max Verstappen.
Oh, that's interesting. Tell me why.
That's a great question. I just am a Red Bull stan.
Well, you know what? We both predicted very similarly last week, and we were both wrong. But this week may not be the same because I said sprint pole Charles Leclerc. Charles Leclerc was on the podium 2 years ago, but crashed last year. So I just have a feeling that he's going to do well. So
I think, part of my actual reasoning is Max. I feel like like we talked about in our, breakdown of last week's race, he's playing for the win right now.
Oh yeah.
And even when it comes to sprints, you can't tell me Max isn't
he's got
a god when it comes to sprints.
I'm going to say he impressed me at Coda. I was like,
yeah. So that's why
that's a good reasoning, honestly.
On sprint, I'm going to give it to Max.
You're swaying me.
Yeah.
Anyway, sprint podium. P3, I have Lando Norris.
I have Carlos Sainz.
Ooh, okay. So I think Lando is going to have an okay sprint just because, now you're making me think Max is going to win. Now you're making me think, because I'm like, where is Max in this situation?
Yeah.
My predictions might suck. All right, well, anyway, P3 sprint, Lando Norris.
Okay. My P2 is Charles Leclerc.
Okay, mine is also is the same. So, but I know who your winner is.
Yeah.
I put Lewis Hamilton winning the sprint.
Okay.
My reasoning is Mercedes always has a better day on Friday than most of the weekend. Yeah. So they'll get a good sprint qualifying going. So I think he'll finish P2.
Yeah.
So and then overtake Leclerc.
Gotcha.
And I think he can hold him off for that long. So I think that's Lewis's big.
I can see that.
Yeah, I think that makes the most sense, right? I think it's a reasonable.
It has reason behind it.
So yeah, I think it's pretty good. All right, so pole for the Grand Prix. Who you got?
I have Charles Leclerc.
Okay. All right. Well, I have Lewis Hamilton. So this is where the delusion starts, probably.
Yeah.
But I don't know. He just hasn't had a pole in a while. Yeah. This is one of those tracks where the driver usually makes the difference, kind of like the Hungarian Grand Prix. I don't know. I just feel like something's going to go right for him. But I could be wrong because, like I said, that completely kills the rest of my logic. Because that would mean that Mercedes somehow has 4 hours between the sprint and qualifying the Grand Prix where they don't screw up the car, which is yet to happen. Because in P3, between FP3 and qualifying every week, without doubt, Lewis Hamilton has the car changed and something goes horribly wrong every single time. Yeah. But I just got to believe. I had to do it. I'm just going to tell you right now, I did not predict him to win the Grand Prix.
Yeah.
And so I had to give him something at this race. So
that's fair.
Anyway, I genuinely do not know who's going to win this race, though, for real.
Yeah. See, I've got a I've got somewhat of an idea.
Okay,
And
well,
I think I've got good reason.
all right, well, go ahead.
Well, I'll go.
P3.
Yeah, my
P3.
P3 is going to be Max.
Okay.
I think he, like, we were talking about sprint and how he's like always been good in sprint, but I actually do believe that he can do well on this track.
Okay.
Because he's shown that he can. Obviously, I don't think they're in the fastest car anymore. I think Ferrari's got them beat.
Yeah.
In terms of speed. But with Brazil, that doesn't matter as much.
Yep.
So
Agreed.
I think that Max can at least pull out a P3. I'm just claiming a podium.
So Checo's also done well here in the past, even though we were just dunking on him. But this is not.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah, his career's over. Even though his dad thinks he's still going to be world champion, which I respect, but also don't make making predictions. Also, Checo's like, next year when I race here, and we're all like, really, really, like, listen. Even if you think everything's gonna be fine, like you're just sure. I wouldn't be making predictions. Like, I'm not saying at my current job I'd be like, when I win another Emmy, I don't say stuff like that.
Yeah.
You know why? Because it's more likely to not happen.
Yeah.
So anyway, did I say my P3? Carlos Sainz. Carlos Sainz is my P3.
Gotcha.
So my prediction is kind of complicated. Ferrari seems like they have straight line speed as they always do.
Yeah.
So I'm predicting that this actually shows that their car is an all rounder and thus is going to be the oh dang, they're going to win the constructor. So who's your P2?
P2 is Carlos Sainz.
Okay. You have a noticeable lack of Lewis Hamilton over there.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, I don't blame you. But I have P2 Lewis Hamilton.
Yeah.
He's going to get pole. He's not going to fall back that far, right? So to P3, worst case scenario.
Yeah.
So I'm just saying P2 because he's on pole.
Yeah.
So who's your P1?
Charles Leclerc.
I also have Charles Leclerc.
Yeah.
So, so are you saying that you think Ferrari's going to take the lead?
Yes.
Now? Not quite.
2 races.
2 races.
Yeah.
Wow.
I think they're going to get within striking distance this weekend,
and then
close it out not close it out, but get ahead next weekend.
And dude, the next race after this is Vegas, and they did great.
Yep.
Dude, it's looking great for them. It's
Yeah.
looking great. It's all signs are pointing to. If they weren't in, the only reason that it's not 100% is because they're not currently in the lead.
Yep.
So they have to complete. But the fact that they would pull this many points. So wait, you said no Lando.
No Lando on podium.
Okay, so what? So you think there's going to be another Max Lando shenanigans?
Yeah, either that or just Lando's going to kind of fall apart on this one.
Yeah, I mean he's crashed at this race before.
Yeah.
So, this isn't as crazy prediction if you listen to the last thing, but my one crazy prediction is Checo's still going to be at this race.
That's
because anybody with sense would fire him.
Yeah.
Anybody, especially Red Bull, who has maybe the deepest pocket of drivers of anybody.
And just to preface, we are recording this Monday, October 28th, so anything could happen. He could not be here. We don't know.
That's why it's a crazy prediction.
Yeah.
So I'm probably we're gonna post this a couple days from now.
Yeah.
So again, I will post it with this incorrect.
Yeah.
I'd love to be wrong. Well, would I? I don't know. I'm kind of enjoying this. I like Red Bull only having one driver because Max is just too good.
But dude, think about it. If it was only Max, for let's say next season for some godforsaken reason they keep Checo.
I can't.
And it's like this the entire season, then it's no longer competitive. It's Ferrari, McLaren.
Mercedes?
No.
Dude, I'm telling hear me out, dude.
This man had one good weekend.
Okay, we won 3 races. I'm just saying, if you do the math, all right, let's take my Miami example from the last thing. If you do the math since then, I haven't sat down and done it. So I'm just going based off the top of my head. I'm pretty sure Red Bull and Mercedes are about equal on the points that they've scored since then.
Mm-hmm. Max
has won a race or 2. Mercedes had won 3 races, and Max won Imola, and that's it.
Yeah.
So I would say that Red Bull and Mercedes would have a fight for P3 in the constructors. Yeah. Again, this is all coming out based off of if Kimi Antonelli actually pulls it off and is okay.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of big ifs.
True. Yeah.
But I'm just saying there actually would be a pretty interesting battle because it would actually give us the Mercedes Red Bull battle that we didn't know we were going to get, which is 3-4. So, but no, they can't. They can't keep Checo.
Yeah.
So yeah, dude, we could get a 3 to 4-way dogfight next year.
Yeah.
And next year is setting up to be the best season in F1 history for sure. I mean,
I really think it will be.
I think so too, unless someone comes up with something over the winter and just is the best.
Yeah.
But I don't know, dude. I mean, this is me getting my head, but I think Lewis is going to win Bahrain. I think he's going to win the first race in Bahrain. Oh, wait, it's not Bahrain. Sorry, I meant Melbourne, which is actually even better. They've won more there.
Yeah.
Ferrari's won more in Melbourne. I think Lewis is going to win his first race of Ferrari, and everybody's going to go nuts. Because think about it. He's going to be in the best mental shape at that point, and I just have a feeling. So
that's fair.
I also just said Lewis is going to finish P2 in a race he has absolutely no shot of getting on the podium on. But who knows? Because Mercedes just pulls stuff out of nowhere. And then there's a break, and then things go wrong.
Yeah, but do you think this past weekend was the pull it out of nowhere?
No, I think they go like, oh, look at that. They won. Oh, man, P12. What happened?
Oh, okay.
Like, that's like, seriously, that's what life is.
So is it kind of like their championships? It's a slow build and then a breakdown?
Yes, because like it makes no sense being. Yeah. I'm telling you, dude, they cannot do anything when there's a break. They could take data from a race and go, oh, okay, we can fix this a little bit.
Yeah.
But then they go into the winter and something happens. I don't know what they're doing. They're building stuff with Legos or something, and they come out with like the 5th fastest car at the first race, and you're like, what happened? Like, think about the end of last year. It was looking good. They finished P2 in the constructors. They come out with like almost the same, almost the W13 again.
Yeah.
And you're like, what happened? And then they work all season. They'll, oh, we won Silverstone. Oh, we won Austria. Oh, we won Belgium. Summer break, come back. What happened? Like, and then, oh, wait, all right, they're making some improvements. All right, fall break, come back to Coda. Look what happened.
Yeah.
It's how it goes. So, anyway, all this to say, it's just, it's rough, man.
Yeah.
Could use Adrian Newey to help figure out what the heck is going on. So, but no, he's going to the worst team he could have went to. He's going to the worst. I can't
believe it.
He could have gone to Red Bull again. So this is the worst. And McLaren probably didn't even really try, I don't think.
Probably.
They're too arrogant. Dude, I'm so over McLaren, man. I'm so over it. Like, the fact that I was pulling for Max.
Does it make it worse because of Zach Brown? Or is it just McLaren?
He just has this, like, I don't know, like, psychopath. Like, he's all like, oh, we're just going racing. Oh. But what's really, that was a Bill Burr thing. Oh, we're just going racing up. But what he's really is like, I will kill you in your sleep. Yeah. Like, that's how Zach Brown seems like. Oh, haha, yeah, I'm going to jump in this photo, Ferrari, haha, because I wish we won the race. Like, it's just like, what is happening? So, anyway, Ferrari is going to close in and complete the dub in Las Vegas. I agree with you 100% and never look back. And I think, and then Lewis is going to come in and make it back to back. And with the driver's title. As him and Leclerc fight over the last lap of Abu Dhabi next season for the driver's title, to which Lewis wins. This is the soliloquy.
What if there's a
dude, I can't.
A safety car.
All right. I'm telling you right now, if Lewis ever loses another championship on the last lap of Abu Dhabi or something that has to do with the safety car, I'm done.
Yeah.
I'm walking. I can't do it, dude. I've just now like semi-emotionally over it. Like, every time I think about it, I like this anger. Like, I'm not mad about anything more in my life than that. Like, I'm serious. I was we're done after this. I was telling Kendra last night, I was like, I would walk up to Michael Massey in public and say something to him. I would not be like I wouldn't like threaten his family like these crazy people did.
Yeah.
I would just walk up and say, by the way, just so you know, you made a mistake. Just so you, in case you forgot about it today.
In case you forgot about it. He's probably heard about it every day of his life.
I hope so. He deserves it. He deserves 100% because it wasn't just that. Ask any F1 fan. He was screwing around the whole season. Yeah. He screwed Red Bull several times too. Mm-hmm. But I would walk up and be like, why? Yeah. I also had this other thought that maybe I could sue him for emotional distress. But like, I don't know. If you're a lawyer,
I don't know if that works when it comes to like being a fan of a sport or something.
I don't know, but I feel like I at least got like a case, right? I'm obviously kidding. I'm not going to go through that much work. I would have done it a long time ago. All right, that's it. We'll see you after this weekend. We just completely went off the rails, but I'm leaving it all in because it's funny. So subscribe, like, follow at the Pitwall Pod. Unless you're Michael Massey, please don't talk to me.
Just go ahead and block us.
Block us. What is he doing right now? All right, anyway, we'll talk to you next week.
See you next time.
Bye.
Bye.